Lord Krishna and Devi Rukmini left for Dwarka. Arjuna also returned back to Hastinapur. Duryodhan and Shakuni made a plan to make a palace of grass, petrol, and other inflammable objects in Varnavat. The plan was made that the Pandavas and Kunti would be sent to Varnavat. They would be told that before becoming the king, Yudhishthira and the rest of the Pandavas, along with Kunti, would go to Varnavat for some rest. It was planned that the kitchen would be made outside the palace and no fire would be burning in the palace because in very less time the complete palace could be burnt. Kunti and the Pandavas would be given poison mixed with a sweet dish, and when they would die eating the kheer, the palace would be set on fire. Bhishma and Vidur sensed something wrong, but since the opinion of Duryodhan's, Dhritarashtra did not refuse. Vidur had sent a mouse in the rice bag. After reaching Varnavat, when the Pandavas and Kunti were making arrangements to enter the palace, Nakul saw the mouse and sensed that Vidur must have sent it to give them some message. In the evening, even after Kunti's repeated order, the Pravochak, main servant of the palace, did not light up candles in the palace and gave Kunti many excuses. He also promised her to light the candles the next day. At night, after everyone had settled, Bhima and Sahadev went to take kheer from the kitchen for the mouse. Bhima noticed that a saffron colored thick liquid was being mixed in the kheer. Pravochak said that it was a syrup made from the flowers which added to the flavor and taste of the food. On Bhima's remark of the kitchen being outside the palace, Pravochak said that they would arrange for a kitchen inside the palace the next day. Sahadev, while returning to the palace, sensed that something wrong must be happening. Bhima went towards the dining room. Kunti also came. She asked Bhima not to wait for the rest of the Pandavas and start eating. Although Pravochak and others tried to stop him, Bhima continued eating. Since no poison can ever harm Bhima, so even when he ate ghee, nothing happened to him. The other Pandavas were sitting in a room together. Nakul was trying to make his mouse eat the ghee, but it tended to escape. Arjuna refused Nakul to stop the mouse and told him to let it go in the direction it wanted because it was a messenger of Vidur. When the mouse was left, the Pandavas saw that it went towards a pillar. Arjuna noticed that petroleum was continuously falling drop by drop into the room. Sahadev remarked that everyone knows that Arjuna can stop fire with a single arrow, so there is no point in making such plan. But Arjuna remarked that Duryodhan had made the perfect plan because the poison was mixed with the kheer and the mouse died eating it. Yudhishthira reminded that Kunti and Bhima were in the dining room, so they must be stopped from eating the kheer. The son of the Pravochak saw that the Pandavas had understood their plan and informed him. He immediately pretended to take permission from Kunti to bring more food and went to burn the palace. When they were gone, Bhima saw Kunti waiting for other Pandavas without having her food. He took a bowl, poured ghee into it, and was about to make her eat when Arjuna threw it from her hand. Yudhishthir informed Kunti that the presence of the poison in the kheer. Arjuna informed her Duryodhan's whole plan and the five brothers with Kunti were going to search for Pravochak. When Kunti stopped them and said that there was no point in that because Duryodhan would not be punished for his act. She also said that they had not been to Hastinapur for asking for any rights, but they had been in search of the love of a family. And when it is not found, they must be burned to death. The Pandavas promised her that they will not return any more to Hastinapur. In the meantime, Pravojak had already set the palace on fire. The Pandavas found a underground tunnel and were able to come out the next morning.